If you travel to the past, do you just fulfill it, or do you create it anew? Imagine this. You jump back to 2010. You remember exactly how that day was, but now you're there, physically. You're breathing the air from back then. Here's where it gets crazy. Was this moment always like this? Were you always part of this scene? You just didn't know it yet? Or did you just create a completely new version of this past? The self-consistency principle says you were always there. Your time travel was already baked into history. You only fulfill what happened anyway. No paradoxes, no problems. The timeline remains a single line, but the many worlds interpretation says the moment you go back, reality splits. You create a new timeline. The old one continues to exist in parallel, but you're now in a different version. With self-consistency, your actions are predetermined. You can't change anything because you never did. With many worlds, you create a new parallel world with every time trip. So, are you trapped in a predetermined timeline or the creator of infinite realities? Why time begins with the Big Bang? Okay, imagine you ask, what was before the Big Bang? Sounds logical, right? But here's where it gets wild. This question actually doesn't make sense. Why? Because the word before already assumes time exists, and time itself only came into being with the Big Bang. The Big Bang wasn't just an explosion in space. It was the creation of space and time simultaneously. Before this moment, there was no before, no prior to, no seconds ticking away. Einstein showed us time isn't some absolute constant that just runs. It's woven together with space-time. And that begins with the Big Bang. It's like a movie. You can't ask what happened before the first scene. There's nothing before it, because that's where the movie starts. Our brains want a before because we're used to cause and effect. But with the Big Bang, we hit the limit of our logic. Mind-blowing, right? Time isn't a container where things happen. It is something that happens. Why time is just a byproduct of information. Imagine this. You're sitting in a completely empty room. Nothing moves, nothing changes. Would you even notice time passing? This is where it gets interesting. We only perceive time because information changes. Your heart beats, information. The sun moves across the sky, information. Physicists say time is actually just the sequence of state changes. Without change, no time. And change, that's nothing but information being transformed. Even crazier, in quantum physics, some say the universe is basically a giant information processor. Every particle, every wave, everything stores and processes information. This means time doesn't just exist on its own. It's what we perceive when information flows. Freeze all information, and theoretically, time stops too. Your brain does exactly this, by the way. It constructs time from the flow of sensory input and memories. That's why boredom feels endless, and why time flies when a lot is happening. Time isn't fundamental, information is. Is time travel possible? Yes, but only into the future, and it's actually happening every day. You just don't notice it. Time isn't a fixed thing. It runs at different speeds depending on how fast you're moving or how strong the gravity around you is. A concrete example, NASA astronaut Scott Kelly spent 340 days on the space station. His twin brother Mark was on Earth the whole time. After returning, scientists found that Scott was about 8.6 milliseconds younger than his brother, about a year in space, and he literally became slightly younger. The faster you move, the slower your time runs. Einstein proved this over 100 years ago, and that's exactly what we observed here in real life. Now imagine you're traveling at 99% the speed of light. That's about 297,000 kilometers per second. You could travel for 1 year, and on Earth, over 7 years would have already passed. At 99.99% the speed of light, your 1 year would already be 70 years on Earth. This isn't science fiction, this is physics. What doesn't work, though, is traveling to the past. There's no solution for that, only theories. And there probably never will be. Time only runs in one direction, forward. Why the universe prevents time paradoxes. Imagine this. For some completely absurd reason, you want to create a time paradox. You go back in time, meet your grandpa, and prevent your own birth. Done. Paradox created. But here's where Hawking's theory steps in with something crazy. The wormhole you're trying to use as a time machine will collapse. And not after you've gone through it, it collapses before you can even step inside. Why? Because just the potential for a paradox is enough. As soon as the wormhole could theoretically allow time travel, quantum fluctuations kick in. Virtual particles start racing through it at incredible speeds. They loop through the wormhole again and again, amplifying with each pass. This creates an energy feedback loop that escalates within milliseconds, building up so much accumulated energy that the wormhole implodes. You don't even get close. The universe shuts the door before you can knock. It's like an early warning system. Not paradox happens, then collapse, but paradox possible, immediate collapse. The universe won't even let you try.